All right, you decided to watch. Well, welcome then. I'll try to make it in one take, just me talking to you. So this is not going to be a flashy video to grab everyone's attention. But if you like the idea of living a very long life by design, and you like this thing called YouTube, then we're on the same page and you are in the right place. So, virtual hugs. In the past 2 weeks, my feed got bombarded with quite a few big names quitting YouTube and other big names reacting to the first one quitting, and I thought it would be interesting to make a prediction of sorts from the other side of the spectrum, Memento style, if you will. For them, we already know how the story played out, but here, the mystery is still in the air. Will we manage to live over 100? Will we reach the longevity escape velocity? We might not, but it's up to us to improve our chances. So in a way, it's a message from me now to you now, but also to you and me 10 years from today, or maybe 20 years, or maybe even 50 years from today. Message in a bottle. Boom, boom, boom. The quitting YouTubers have joined this platform to scratch their creative muscle, to have fun. But the trap is, of course, that when you start to get successful, the creative outlet turns into a brand, into business. Running a business is a completely different game, which is less creative, but much more stressful. And as far as this channel, I think I know when I will retire from it. After all, businesses have to have an exit strategy, but it's not that simple. Those guys have joined to have fun, or maybe to make money, or both. I have joined, well, maybe joined is not the right word. I started to post like 15 years ago, but became active and consistent with regular uploads only 2 years ago. So, am I even a YouTuber? Well, you see, I'm holding a lav mic in my hands, so I must be. But why? Why am I talking to you? Why am I on YouTube? Simply put, to change the world. Not for fun, not for money, but to convince as many people as possible that dying is bad. And not just on mental level here, it's not enough. On the emotional level, on the level of motion, emotion. So you actually do something about your own destiny. We trade health for money and then invest money into retirement. Unfortunately, we do not invest nearly enough into making more time for ourselves, which is the most valuable resource. We do not invest into health, into happiness, but you see, we live in a totally unique time. If we push in the right direction, with a bit of luck, we can double the average lifespan. And not just lifespan, we have tools to increase health span and happiness as well. Which kind of reminds me about ice cream conversation I had with my son this summer. So hypothetically, if you eat ice cream every day and develop cancer, or you only eat ice cream once in a while and still develop cancer, which scenario is going to cause more regret? It's a trick question, so take a moment. And ice cream here was just a generalization for unhealthy lifestyle. Would you rather fail just being passive or fail after making every right choice? And my point was, in that conversation, it's much better to go out fighting. And that's the whole point of intentional living. And by intentional, I mean that you're putting effort into improving your life. You're not blown around by the whims, or at least you have enough self-awareness to notice them. And sometimes, yeah, go for a ride. But sometimes stick with what's right intentionally. So back to that ice cream and life in general. It's better to try and fail rather than spend the rest of your days regretting the choices you didn't make. You probably have one or two of those regrets already. Something that you didn't try and now you wish you did. I know that I do. And the only thing worse than that would be not to learn the lesson. So, projecting forward, one of the biggest regrets I can think about when I'm in my last marginal decade is not that I have failed at longevity, but that I have that I haven't tried to be the change. It will be really interesting to review this video in 10 years, don't you think? Will it look stupid or naive? Well, at least we could say that we've been here and we have tried. For the big YouTubers, the dream of becoming a YouTuber became a trap which they had to escape, but I don't think it's my case. In my mind, it's clear. My mind is clear now. At last, all too well, I can see where we all soon will be. That trap I see for myself is the lack of progress, which can convince me that this thing is not effective. 2 years ago, when I have quote-unquote started, I was quite sure that this channel will grow like that. I know that audience exists. There are channels like Petra T, Rhonda Patrick, Huberman, and more with millions of subscribers. And I do love those channels, but they don't have vision. The vision of how to unite all health and longevity enthusiasts into a force which can go beyond the number of push-ups you can do, or best training regimen and fasting regimen, or anti-aging supplement stack. You can spend all your energy focusing on that and, yes, gain a few years of life. Or we can try to find a way to support research, aging biology, and gain decades while possibly eating ice cream every day. So today, it's anniversary. Today, 2 years after I have started, progress is questionable, but the why of it hasn't changed a bit. And if you remember Sinek, if you know the why, what and how will find themselves. And what was the other quote from him? If you go to the gym, you work out, come back home, look in the mirror, and you see nothing. I see nothing. And so we conclude that working out is not effective and we quit. Or if you believe that this is what you should do and you stick with it, then the progress is inevitable. So in a way, it's a motivation to move forward and stick with it, both for me and you. And I only see 2 reasons for me to quit this platform and stop trying to improve our lives. It's either I'm dead, or the mission of this channel is a success and we have found a solution to aging. And I really hope it's going to be the second case, and for sure I'm going to try my best for it to happen. But meanwhile, living is smart. Aging is bad. And I hope to see you in the next video, and maybe in the next century.